In this video, I'm going to show you the easiest way I know of to manually move a WordPress website over to a new host. And so there's going to be a couple things in here since both of my hosting accounts are under the same user account, but I'll explain the differences when we get to it. So as you can see, this is just an example WordPress website, and what I'm going to do just to make sure that you can tell that this is the same website that I move over. I'll go ahead and just add 1 2 3 4 5 6 and then let's say 2 2 just to make it easy. Alright, so I'm just going to update that, and so that's updated. I can go back to the site and see that that's changed, right? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the cPanel. We're going to open up the file manager as well as the phpMyAdmin. And so with the file manager, all I need to grab out of this is the wpcontent folder. So I'm going to go ahead and compress it. It's going to put it into a zip. Go ahead and do that. While that's pretty quick. While that's running, or let's go ahead and we'll download that now. Okay, so we're downloading that. So while it's doing that, I'm just going to come over to my database, and I'll just go ahead and open this, and I'm going to hit export. Yeah, I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to hit go. Alright, so I've got my database here. I'll go ahead and put it right there, and I've got my WP content folder, and I'm just going to put it right there. Alright, so that's basically all I need for this hosting. So in order to set up a new site, what I've done is I've just used a throwaway domain to set up a hosting, a cPanel hosting. As you can see, this one is Webio Demo, and this one is Webio Build. Now, what you can do is if you have a throwaway domain, is you can just put it on this one, and then later on you can change it to here after you delete your hosting here for the other one. But what I want to actually show you is if you just go in here to cPanel, this hosting account doesn't have any files in it yet. I haven't even gotten into cPanel yet. The easiest way to do this is just install WordPress, and I use Installatron. And you just come down here to WordPress, go ahead and install this application. This is fine, that doesn't really matter. We can use this information. What you'd probably want to do is change it to whatever you want it to be. But because it's in my account and I'm going to delete it here in a second, I really don't care what that is. Alright, so if I install this, it'll take just a second to do. And you can see that it's loading now, and I'll just cut back to it when it's done loading. Alright, now you can see that it's done loading, and you can see that this is currently a new WordPress website. You can see that it says Hello World here. So all I really need to do is come back here to the cPanel and go to the file manager and public HTML, and you can see it added all the WordPress files here. I'm going to go ahead and delete the WP content folder. I can go ahead and skip the trash, and I'm going to upload my other WP content folder. Now if you have a big website, sometimes this can take 10, 15, 20 minutes to do, but since this is just a demo, it's pretty quick. See, it's 100%. We'll come here, we'll reload. Now we can see the zip files in here. I'm just going to click it and extract. We'll extract it here. Alright, so that put my WP content folder here, which is new. The reason you bring the WP content folder over is because this is going to have like all your photos, all your plugins, any type of assets like that, it'll be in here. And so that's all we need to do there. Now if we come back here to the cPanel, we'll open up phpMyAdmin, and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and click on this, and it has all these files, but I'm just going to go ahead and highlight all of them. After I click here, make sure you're not in any of these because it's not going to do you any good. So I clicked it here. I'm just going to go ahead and drop it. Hit yes. It's cleared out my database. I can go ahead and import this. Now I'm going to go ahead and choose my file, and I'll click my database, and I'll just go ahead and hit go. It'll go ahead and load everything. You can see if you go to WP options, you can see that says WebEO demo, and this site is WebEO build. So if you are going to be switching domains, then what you would do is you come back here to your phpMyAdmin, and you would just go ahead and switch it out here. If you don't, then it's just not going to work. You'll switch it out in where it says site URL and home. Sometimes if you have a lot of files in your database, you'll have to click here to go to the second page to be able to see it, the second one, like the home page. But anyway, that's really all you do. And so if I come here, you can see that this website is now changed over and everything's working great. So that's really the easiest way I know how to do this. Now, one thing you can do is if you wanted to go ahead and switch it over to the other domain, and you were on the same hosting account, or like you had one hosting that you started and you were just switching it to another hosting under your same account with cPanel, I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so what we can do is if you go into your hosting account, so we were using this one, but now we're on this one. So what I can do is just go over to the options. Alright, it wants me to log in. Alright, so I logged in. So if I go here to options, I can go ahead and cancel this account, cancel this plan, go ahead and close. Alright, so I deleted that other one. Now I can come over here to manage. And I can come here where it says WebEO build, and I can go ahead and change this to WebEO demo. Go ahead and hit change domain. This usually takes a little bit of time, but that one went pretty quick. So we've successfully changed our domain. So we can go ahead and get out of this. Alright, so if we go up here, we can see WebEO demo. That still works. WebEO build. That doesn't work since we changed it. But if we come here to the database, it says WebEO build right there, but if we go ahead and refresh, it should say WebEO demo. And that's basically all you do. So what we've done is we've copied the database from the site we're going to move from. We've copied the WP content folder. One thing you can do is point the DNS to new host. So let's say you were going to move from like GoDaddy to getwebeo.com, right? So what you would do is you go back to your DNS, and on your DNS you're going to switch it over to this server. And the way you do that is, let's see, this is WebEO build. Let's go ahead and refresh this. You can see that it says WebEO demo now. And so if you go here to the server, you see where it says 107, this one. So you can just go ahead and copy this And what you do is you come over here to your DNS, you go ahead and click it. And again, this is if you're going to move your domain, or if you're moving hosting, like if you're on GoDaddy, you're moving it to another hosting account. So in order to get your domain to point to the new hosting, you'd come into your DNS records and you would change these values over to the new hosting account. Now in here you're going to have a lot of other things like MX records for mail and stuff, but since this is just kind of like a throwaway domain, you just come in here, you'd hit edit, change it right here to the new hosting IP address, and then hit save. And sometimes it takes a little while to go ahead and do everything, but like propagate, but that should really be it. So we've talked about copying the database and the WP content folder, pointing your DNS to a new host if you're going to do that. We've talked about installing WordPress on a new host with Installatron, replacing the WP content folder on the new host, and replacing the database, and then showing you how to switch or showing you what it looks like if you have a new domain, as well as if you're switching domain, both through pointing the DNS if you're on a new host or under a new account, or if you were you just use like a throwaway domain for a second to move your host from one hosting account on your same account to another hosting account. One reason you might want to do that is if you were going to move a hosting or a small website or any website from an account that has only the ability to have one website or one database, and you wanted to move it over to like a hosting that has the ability to have multiple websites on it. So on this one, you can see how I only have one database that I can use with other plans, like for instance, an ultimate plan on GoDaddy. You can have up to like 25 databases, so you can have 25 websites on there if you wanted. So that might be a reason why you would move from one account inside this, or one hosting within your own account to another hosting within your own account. Anyway, if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. But really, this is really one of the easiest ways to move your website. You don't really need to worry about switching. I mean, all these files, within here. You don't have to copy all this stuff. Sometimes people copy this WP config file over, but if you just go to the new host and use Installatron to install the database or install WordPress, then all you need to do is copy your WP content, copy your database files. Anyway, maybe I think I'm in the account that I deleted, but copy your database files. Anyway, and you just go ahead and hit export, quick export, go, and get this file. You just swap those out, and you're good. All right, thanks for watching, and have a good day.